Welcome, guys. Welcome to Class 7 here. As you can see on the screen, the topic is spirituality versus religion. What came first? Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, spirituality came before religion showed its face. So we got to thank some of the Egyptians and the Greeks and the Vaticans and all of them, all the other Atticans for giving us religion and not teaching us what spirituality is. This, ladies and gentlemen, to me is the best picture I can show you or animation I can show you that spirituality came first. I love it that with the tree here, we have the water, and then we have the bright star representing that star is you. You know, the God within. Yeah? And so it's almost like saying, what came first? Was it his story or was it her story? Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course it was her story first. And this is the pouring of the information that's coming all down to us. And this is where we are learning more about things. Now, this is what I did, guys. I asked AI, I said, AI, what is the oldest spiritual belief system we have dated on the planet? And guess where it took me? Okay. So it took me to the Aboriginals in Australia. And I thought that was fascinating. So it also said 60,000 years ago, this is what the Aboriginals have said about existence. Aboriginal spirituality is defined at its core, being their very identity. It gives meaning to all aspects of life, including relationships with one another and the environment. All objects are living and sharing the same soul and spirit as Aboriginals. There is kinship in the environment. I thought that was really interesting to see, right? And look, I gave it another way because, you got to ask AI different questions, right? So not only here, it says the Aboriginal spiritual beliefs are intimately associated with the land that they live on. And look at these words, geosophysical and theosophysical, earth-centered and God-centered. And what's really strange, guys, is that Sophie word is in here. I thought that was brilliant. And down here, as you can see, what are the core beliefs of the culture? The complex set of spiritual values developed by Aboriginal people and that are part of the dream time include self-control, self-reliance, courage, kinship, friendships, empathy, holistic sense, and all of that jazz. Like, they actually were one and took care of the land that we live on and respected everything. Now, they also said this. You see this word dream time? Let's take a look at this, guys. Right? This is the genesis of the creation of the world that the Aborigines would say. In the dream time, when you dream, it was the ancestor spirits who created and formed the natural features of the earth. The ancestors also provided rules for living, a moral code, as well as rules for interacting with the natural environment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would honestly tell you this. If we had this kind of concept going over religion, I don't think we will be in this condition that we were in, because we would respect one another and we would know that the God lies within you. Now, these are just variations of Aboriginal art, as you can see. Fascinating, right? Let me let me take you to another picture here, to show the ancients' brilliance here, because a lot of people think ancient people were actually dumb and not evolved. Let me show you this picture here. Now, what you are looking at here, I wish I could make that smaller. What you are looking at here as I pan, okay, I'm going to give you that view. This is better. You see the dark thing here? See the dark thing here? See the dark thing there? Right? That looks like the actual camel, doesn't it? Where I got this from the Knowledge for Forever Time by none other than Damon T. Barry. So as we look at the dark spots, you can see the animal. So I'm going to use Mr. Barry T. Talk here. Look closer. The black part you are seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is the shadow of the animal. Can you see the animal here? Adjust your eye. You see the animal here. This is cave art, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the animal here. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at, the artist is giving us a top view of the animal. So in order to do that, you have to be in the air to see this type of art. If you can adjust your eyes, you see the animal here? Do you see the animal here cast in the shadow? Okay. All right. We're moving on, guys. We're moving on, right? You might have to pause with that. Now, the next thing is the Aboriginals' folklore. Now, in order to teach children and adults, I don't know, there's always truth, some type of truth in folklore in the Aboriginals in Australia. And this individual here is called Bunyip. Now, Bunyip is a mythical creature told to children not to go and walk around the swamps late at night because Bunyip, I couldn't believe that's his name. Bunyip will come and eat you. Look at these brothers running. They running for dear life right there. Their brothers is going, right? And so with Bunyip, I just thought, wow, what a kind of original, monstrous name for a creature. So I just figured that, yes, any one of you are acting monstrous or acting really grimy and low. Hey, man, stop acting like a Bunyip, okay? When you've got the jealousy bone and you're robbing, you're stealing, you're looting, you're doing all of that, and you know what you're being like? Man, stop being a Bunyip, okay? Stop being a Bunyip. So this concludes, ladies and gentlemen, my quick, brief breakdown, spirituality versus religion. And I would say this. See, with religion, ladies and gentlemen, you will have people saying that they've seen angels, they've seen Jesus, they've seen archangels, right? And look, they might be right. I don't know. But the majority of us hasn't. But when we deal with spirituality, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, there is one thing that we all do. It doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter about your culture, doesn't matter your tradition. And that one thing we all do, because spirituality deals within, we all have had a deja vu. And that, my friends, is a form of spirituality versus religion. That concludes this very quick minor breakdown for my last kind of TikTok videos here, right? It's your boy